and they got this performance organized by all these delegates. So I defeated those people from Hong Kong who can't speak Mandarin that fluently. And I defeated those ABCs also, of course the English is good, but Chinese are better, right? So I got selected as the MC. So on my resume, you see, this is the guy, who once was the MC at the People's Great Hall, okay? Yeah, good experience. That's why I really suggest all of you, being shameless and being unafraid of death sometimes, because you really want to get a chance you want. So after all those interesting experiences, I became the fourth year of my PhD studies. Fourth year student, I passed the qualifying exam, and it's time to finish my dissertation. However, I hit very, very, very serious obstacles. I think some of you probably got a similar situation, that every morning you wake up, you think it's time, I should write my dissertation, but you would do any other things instead of writing your dissertation, right? So I hit a similar obstacle. I tried to ask myself, what can I do to better myself, to be able to make me want to write? So I remember something. I remember that on TV, I saw some weird guy saying, "Let me help you," okay? That kind of people. So I thought, oh, they are selling their products to motivate people. So I think, maybe I can listen to their products. And what if they're talking about bullshit? At least I learned English. So I went on eBay. I type in motivational speaker. Oh, the first 20 on the list were all one person's product. Who is that? Anthony Robbins. Anthony Robbins is the most famous motivational speaker at the time. So, well, I just ordered it, and I was a very, very stingy, very, very frugal, stingy graduate student. So I ordered the used tape, $10. Include shipping fee $2, so totally $12. Shipped to my home, and I started listening to it. And oh my God, I found it so useful. I realized, well, this is great. This stuff is great. The NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming Skills, can really help me. So I listened to it, I practiced it, and within 1 year, I finished my dissertation and got my PhD. However, it was exactly during the process, I had a very, very deep conversation with myself. And I realized, actually, I went to the States for my PhD. I even got the sponsorship from Taiwanese government. So in the beginning, I really, really wanted to become a professor. However, when I had very deep conversation with me after listening to Anthony Robbins' program, I realized, no, being a professor was not really what I wanted. It was what? It was my parents' teaching, okay? It was my parents' words. It was the society's expectations, because as a professor in the Chinese areas, you got a very high social recognitions, evaluations, right? And you will have very stable income. So I wanted to become a professor, not because of that. Not because I really want to be a professor, but because I know, oh, I will get that. But that's not really what I wanted. What I want is exactly like Anthony Robbins. I want to become like him. I want to live myself well and stand on a bigger stage, motivating more people. Not as a dance professor, I can teach only maybe 20 or 30 students one time. And in order to get promoted from assistant professor, associate professor, and professor, I will need to write those essays nobody want to read. Okay? That's not what I want. So I decided I want to become a motivational speaker. So after I got my PhD, I went back to Taiwan. If you want to be a motivational speaker, but you are nobody, and you only got the dance PhD, what, right? You only got dance PhD. Who want to publish your book? Who want to invite you to get on TV? No, nobody wants to do that. So I decided I want to use my way. I need to recommend myself shamelessly. I need to publish a book first. So I actually went to the bookstore. I went to the bestseller, the shelf, and I took out every book, flipped to the last page. There were the informations about what the company of the publishing house, their contact information, the editor, everything, right? So I wrote them down on my notes. Went back home, I wrote a proposal, one-page proposal, telling them what I want to write, why this book can sell. My targeted audience will be what kind of people, and simple online, and my introduction, short introduction, just one page. And at a time, I sent out about like 20 to 30 companies, and 3 of them wanted to talk to me. They were interested in my book. Okay? Do you know why? Why? You don't have no idea. Because at the time, I used Pick Up. Okay? Pick Up as my book title. It's called the Pick Up as National Movement. 全民搭讪运动. So of course people get interested in that. But the word pick up, 搭讪, some people, they are actually deeply in their heart, they are so interested in it, but they dare not talk about it in public, right? But we all know. See, do you, when you see a girl you are interested, you want to approach them, right? You want to approach her. Please say yes.
Sure, absolutely. I learned a lot of things about the pickup artist community, so I know what you're talking about here.
Yeah, but in the Chinese community, that's the first time a writer wants to write about pickup, especially pickup as national movement. But why I could talk about that so publicly? Why? Because in my book, I redefined the meaning of pickup. I said, pickup is self-recommendation, self-promotion, both in love and business. Why? I think, and because self-recommendation, the pickup is so important, because behind pickup, let's face the truth, you can learn, you can develop absolute confidence, great communication skills, and the ability to deal with rejections. Don't you think that's true? Don't you think that's true? Well, as a salesman, if you sell company product, when you see your clients, maybe you can sell the products very well, but can you sell yourself to the opposite sex you are interested? Many people can't do that, right? And especially, you won't be that lucky, the opposite sex you are interested. They won't be your colleagues, okay? They won't be your classmates. Sometimes you just meet them on the street, right? Oh, this guy, or in shopping mall, I'm interested in her. If at that moment you could stop her, use your conversation to make her feel, oh, it's very comfortable talking with you. You are very interesting, so she could trust you and give you Facebook account, name, phone number, email. What a great communication skills, right? And trust me, if you have started a pickup meeting, approaching the opposite sex, you are very, very interested. Here, maybe it's okay. So, may I have your name? You are working on your food, is that? Sitting there? Hi, may I have your name? Sherry. So when you see Sherry, that you want to talk to her, here, she seems to be nice, right? But that's because we meet here. If we met somewhere else outside and I stop her and say, I want to be your friend, okay? Maybe she will give you this look. No. Use the eyesight as seeing trash or cockroach to reject you. But at the moment, if you can still hold your composure, saying, oh, it's okay, thank you for your time. Great expression, right? So polite, but deeply in your heart, you feel a little bit hurt, right? But if you can, at that moment, hold your breath, deep breath, okay? Calm down. And see another girl, keep up, pick her up. What kind of emotional control you have. These kind of people can rebound from any frustrations and rejections. Don't you think so? Do you agree with me? Yeah, so if you know how to pick up, you learn things from pick up, you will be successful, both in love and in business. Oh. And behind that, that was what? Shameless spirit. Shameless spirit. And by publishing a book like this, so you can see, my goal is the motivational speaker, right? But in the beginning, I need to get people's attention. So I wrote about pickup. Behind pickup is about absolute confidence, communication skills, and the ability to deal with rejections. I think most motivational speakers talk about that, but I was the first one using pickup as my strategy to get people's attention. So that's what I have done. And not just writing, I also try to promote myself, recommend myself to those TV shows. Because if you can get more, better popularities, then more people will read your book, right? People will know you, will listen to your talk. It's very important to be able to get on TV show. So you can see this guy, Lin Zhiling, this girl, Lin Zhiling, and Cai Kang-yong. I could be invited to go on Cai Kang-yong's show. That's because one day after a performance, I was talking with my friend, and my friend kicked me. Look at there. I said, oh my God, that's Mr. Cai. So I went to him, actually. I went to him directly, introducing myself, my work, what I want to say on his show. And he said, oh, okay, I will invite you, okay? And then I got on his show. So self-recommendation is so important, right? It's so important. Don't be afraid. If you get a chance, self-recommend yourself to that. And you know what? You know what? After every presence on a show, because afterwards I kept calling a lot of different TV producers. Some of them accept me, some of them reject me, but it's okay. As long as I got the presence, okay, I got on the show, and it's sure, it's absolutely. They will receive a lot of calls, at least 5 calls from the audience saying, oh, this writer, Kuang-Yu, did a great job on TV, please invite him again. Do you know why? Why?
You never know. You tell me.
Because my older brother,
Who are your friends?
my mom, my father, my friend, and I will call them, recommend Kuang-Yu. Yeah, that's why they think, okay, I got approvals from the audience, it must be good. So they invited me again and again. And also, it's very important because TV shows, okay, if you don't work for the TV companies in Taiwan, it's a bit difficult for you to let them invite you every time. So I only got limited times to get on the show. I needed to do a different thing, which is I wanted to go to different companies and universities to give talks, right? If TV producers, they don't invite me, I use this, right? Down to earth, okay? One person to 100 people. This kind of talk to promote myself, to let them know who I am, what I'm talking about. So I actually called many companies. I actually called many universities telling them, please invite me. And one time, I was invited by a very famous broadcasting show host and also a writer, Wenhua Wang, to get on his broadcasting show. And after that, I went back home. I wanted to say thank you again to him, but I didn't have his number. So I went on his blog, website. I tried to find his website. He didn't have his own website. Only his publisher made a website for him. So I got on the website to the message board, left my message saying thank you to you, okay? Thank you to Mr. Wang, and please invite me again, okay? When I got new publications, please invite me. Exactly at that moment, I found I want to go to different companies and universities, but because I wasn't famous at the time, so not many people invited me. However, there are so many people, so many institutions, companies, universities left their information saying, we want to invite you, Mr. Wang. So at the moment, I decided, who find Mr. Wang? I find you. The next day, they will receive a letter like this. Hi, my name is Chen. Coincidentally, actually deliberately, okay. I saw you left your information on Mr. Wang's website and inviting him to give a talk. How does it go? How does it go? I'm also a professional speaker, a writer, and I can talk about the topics like this, blah, 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 blah. Please, don't laugh, don't laugh. After that day, many companies find me, okay? Because I wrote them the letters. So for a long time, for about 1 year, Mr. Wang's website became the source of my income. Now, it's very understandable, don't you think so? Because those companies, they want to invite a speaker. However, 3 reasons. First, that website wasn't made by Mr. Wang. So maybe he didn't pay attention to the information on that board. So he didn't know they invited him.